Good people of YouTube, my name is Spanner, welcome back to another episode of Knights of the Old Republic 2. Let's see what awaits us at the Jedi Enclave. Oh, that door. It's open, but I killed all of the Jedi Masters. Who exactly is the last of the Jedi? Or what remains of the Jedi? Rebuilt Enclave. Who rebuilt it? Who's in here? I see no one. Immortality belt. Where are my companions? It's Kreia.
It has been some time. The years have not been kind to us both, it seems.
There's still no one here. Only Kreia.
Is it as you expected?
You said all that is left of the Jedi will be here.
Yes, and that is why this place is empty. This is all that is left. An empty chamber and an echo of what once was.
But where is the Jedi Order and the rest of the Jedi?
Your actions have crippled the Order. Perhaps destroyed them.
Are there other Jedi left in the galaxy?
No. Perhaps. It is difficult to say. For every Jedi slain, for every Sith slain, another rises. But the Order is wounded, yes.
Why have you brought me here?
Because there is something we must discuss. I have done what I can to keep you from the Jedi and the Sith, but a critical moment approaches, and what you have done is not enough. Master Vrook, despite his faults, was right to come here. I had thought he might have recognized Dantooine for what it was, what had been done there. You are tied to places such as these, you know.
Vrook said that Dantooine was a dead world, that all the deaths there were screams felt in the Force.
Yes. But Master Vrook was unwilling to see what other masters may have seen. That the echo of Dantooine he felt was inside you as well. They admitted it as much in the council chamber after your trial, though they did not understand what it meant at first. They assumed it was a threat that they felt. From one perspective, they were correct. As much as you can form connections to others, such connections exist on a galactic scale as well. That echo he described is not solely tied to Dantooine. Other planets that have suffered such destruction cast echoes as well.
You speak of worlds such as Duxon and Onderon.
Yes, Tilos is another such world, one of many in an increasingly long chain. Ah, and now the question. Do you believe it?
I suppose it is possible.
You commit to nothing? Very well. Only when you accept the two are tied, you to these dead planets, can the lesson begin. But if you will not believe me, perhaps you will at least listen. Let us start with the most basic principle of the Force. It connects all life. It is possible to hurt or sever those connections, to create places in the Force where it is difficult to center oneself, but that is the crudest form of manipulation. It is possible to affect those connections in other ways, by the slightest action. A seemingly minor choice, a small cruelty, always just enough to create an echo of just the right distance and effect, to change the behavior of another.
To what end?
Such minor acts can eventually change the behavior of another, to influence them. Those who travel with you, for example. Surely you have noticed it in your companions. Your actions influence theirs. It may seem a minor thing, but it is not. It is the power upon which empires can be made.
I have noticed this.
Even the smallest of acts, the smallest of echoes can have profound repercussions. The talent comes in recognizing them and knowing how to manipulate them. This is why the smallest of cruelties, the smallest of kindness, may seem insignificant, but they are not. They can build upon each other, and if timed correctly, can grow. But there are other perspectives to this technique. The stronger your connection to life, to the Force, the stronger these echoes can be made, and the stronger they are felt. When heard, Force sensitives instinctively seek out the source, are drawn to it to try and form a connection. And when the connection is formed, both become stronger, and the influence between them grows.
Are they all Force sensitive?
Your companions, many are touched by the Force on some level, and in many ways they serve out of compulsion and because your connection influences them strongly. It was much like it was for you in the Mandalorian Wars, with many Jedi under your command. But this connection has other consequences. When the Source is wounded, the one on which others draw strength, then they are wounded as well. What one feels, the other feels. And when others die, the scream travels back to the Source.
Are you saying that's what I heard during that last battle against the Mandalorians?
If they occur at the same time, or at the right time, these screams will build upon each other until it is the only sound you can hear. And the deaths of many will cause the screams to build until their pain becomes yours, and you die as well. And that is why during the Mandalorian Wars, you lost your connection to the Force. It was that final battle, the deaths of so many Jedi, that caused you to lose your connection. It caused the wound that you feel now. It caused pain in the Force, an emptiness, a wound that has yet to heal.
And if all things are connected, then that pain travels through the Force.
You were wasted among the Jedi, yes, you are correct. But it does not end there. If it did, then perhaps the threat that we face would be more manageable. This pain I describe, the echo of these acts, is true of planets as well. Tremendous loss of life on a planetary scale can also cast echoes, create a scream, a wound in the Force that can travel across the galaxy. It can be felt by Force sensitives, and it can influence them whether they realize it or not. If enough of these echoes are allowed to build in the Force uncontrolled, the consequences could be disastrous. The connections of all life would be affected.
Vrook said that it was difficult to feel other Force users on Dantooine because of the destruction there.
Yes, in that he was correct. But like Vrook himself, that is incomplete in itself, and it only achieves meaning when part of a larger whole. As I have said, screams and their echoes can overlap, build in strength, and if timed correctly they will build on each other. The scream will grow, and anything that can hear this scream shall be deafened or killed.
How would anyone create, let alone control such a thing?
With difficulty. And controlling it, well, I do not believe such a thing is possible once it has begun. But in order for this to work, all of them must be timed correctly, must be carefully orchestrated and controlled, from the greatest to the smallest of echoes, even the ones that come from a lone exile echoing across the galaxy. And when that exile forms connections to others as you do, the danger becomes apparent, the echo continues to grow, to travel.
Kavar said I formed bonds easily, connections to all life.
Yes, he is correct. You form such bonds easily. The why of it is not important now. All that is important is that you understand that your actions affect others strongly. Anyone can do such things, since life is connected by the Force. Sometimes the connections are faint, but in your case, they are very strong. You instinctively know how to manipulate such connections, to influence others. You have seen it mirrored in those who travel with you. When you act, you cast echoes. Your intent is mirrored in others. Your bond, in many ways, is predatory, an expression of dominance. It is your right. But when you are wounded, all those you are connected to are wounded. You give others strength to act, but it is also possible to draw upon the strength of others to increase your own. It is similar to drawing upon the Force as Jedi do. But when it is touched by the power of the dark side, it is something else, something deadly. These Sith we face, they have learned how to do this. It is a technique that has been lost for some time, not seen in the day since the ancient Sith. They can use it to consume other Force sensitives, and at the highest pinnacle of power, use it to consume anything that lives. They draw upon the connections in the Force and devour it. That is why they are drawn to Jedi, why it is easy for them to find where they gather, because it is like the smell of blood to them, and they can draw upon the Jedi's own strength to kill them.
Is that why they were able to kill so many Jedi?
Yes, because when a Jedi is deprived of the Force, he is only a thing of flesh and blood and easily slain.
Then they cannot be stopped.
No, for the pinnacle of this teaching is self-destructive, for its hunger keeps building and building until it has devoured everything, including the student. The blind seer, her master has harnessed this technique, and he is rapidly approaching the height of its power. I fear he may even rival some of the ancient Sith. He is already more of a force than a living thing, a hole in the Force that threatens to draw everything into it. And the teaching must die with him, or else all life will be placed in jeopardy. The destruction of the Order, the Masters, it was not an end in itself. I did not expect them to still live. Their presence was knowledge I did not possess. But you have corrected that, and now the sides of this conflict are as I had thought them to be. There are no more unknowns. But this moment is all that really matters. It was never my wish that you find the Masters, only find yourself, although I did not expect them to still live. I had hoped you would learn something from the Jedi Masters as they fell before you. Not just of battle, but of yourself, and the Force.
What was I supposed to learn?
I must know if killing them, if revenge brought you any measure of satisfaction. If seeing them dead has settled the disquiet within you.
Why do you wish to know?
Because it matters to me, in a way that never mattered to the Jedi, to the Council when they cast you out. You must understand, I did not wish the Jedi dead. Defeated, perhaps, but their presence in the Force held dangers. They may have been used to sustain the one that threatens us. I merely wished them to see that they and their teachings were wrong, that one could not truly understand the Force simply by adhering to the Jedi Code. All I have ever trained have been failures to them. Students who went to fight the Mandalorians, who fell to the dark side, who abandoned their training. To see one that had the strength to best them, that is a moment I will not forget. Yet it has not been as satisfying as I had hoped. To best one in battle is one thing, to defeat them without striking a blow. That was my hope. Regardless, it had to be done. To have such powerful Jedi still live, still be felt in the Force, even on such worlds as they had chosen, was a threat that had to be ended.
What do you mean?
Let us return to my question. If by killing these Jedi, if you achieved any measure of peace...
No, for Atris still lives.
It was as I thought. You have failed me, completely and utterly. I have taught you to hear the Force again, shown you the contrast, and yet still you do not understand. This is what you have wrought. Countless murderers, slayers, assassins, born of war that has, as always, taught the wrong lesson. You showed them life without the Force, and instead of showing them truth, power, all you showed them was how the galaxy may die. You are responsible for all of this. Even now, events spiral towards destruction, and there is nothing that can be done because you refuse to listen, to understand. You have seen the effects you have on those close to you, heard the echoes scream across dead planets, and watched as your strength has grown. Yet it is for nothing. To have the Jedi Masters brought low by such a failure, there is no victory in that. You have not heard a thing I have taught, and for all I have said, you have never learned to listen. There. Do you feel that, exile? It cuts through your defenses, as unprepared for such an attack as you are. Let that pain be a lesson, and a reminder of what you have forgotten. Pain travels both ways along connections in the Force. It casts echoes, always, and one can learn to draw strength from such connections, and take it from others. It is a lesson you know well, and you have taught to others. At the end of the Mandalorian Wars, you were my last hope. The only one who could change what is to come. And now you have left me nothing. I can teach you no longer. The bond between our lives remain, but that is all. It is my last lesson to you. This place will hide you from the Sith for a time. Enough to do what must be done. And as you lie here, I pray you will listen, and finally awaken.
Oh, here's the handmaiden.
It is done. He is no more.
Come with me. The exile. He is dead. We have lost. It is over.
No. Now the true war begins. The Jedi is all that united my master and the others.
In hatred there is unity. Against a common foe, even enemies may stand side by side.
Now they will turn on each other, and the betrayals will begin. They will feed on each other until only one remains.
It is more than that. That which waits in the darkness will now show itself. Your master will begin what he has foreseen and hungered for, blinded one. Now the galaxy will begin to die. I am one of the Sith, it is true. I must answer for my actions, and it is my wish that only Atris hear my answers. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring him before you, but I will not let you have him. Soon your ship shall come, from that which made you.
More Jedi dead because of me. But this won't end like the Mandalorian Wars. I won't.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General. But now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy. I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
I did not summon you. Does he live? Prepare my ship. I will attend to this myself.
Ooh, a meeting of Sith Lords.
The Jedi Order is finished. The last, the exile, is dead. There is more. Darth Treya yet lives. You did not kill her as you assumed. She did what with all your power you could not do. Our alliance is finished. I have no need of you. I have never needed you.
Well, that guy's powerful. But that guy is immortal too.
Now it ends. And the darkness comes. You have taught them to bond with others, and then feed on others through that bond. What you have brought is the death of all who can feel the Force. It is your gift to the galaxy, exile. And unless you hear it, and silence the echo you have caused, then every living thing everywhere that is touched by the Force will die.
Oh hey, we're still alive. I've gained the new dark side Force power, Force Crush. Let's get out of here. Oh, straight to the ship. I like it. Hey there, Atten. What are you doing? Where is Kreia?
The handmaiden took her. She thinks Kreia killed you.
But Kreia didn't do that.
Of course she didn't. It's a lie. Another lie. The only thing that matters is the handmaiden believes it. And she's gonna react exactly how that old witch hoped she would. That's why she wanted the handmaiden on board, you know. So she could use her to reach the Tilos Academy whenever she wished, without needing the access codes.
They're going to Tilos?
Yes, the handmaiden knows who she is now. She'll take her to Tilos, and Atris will do what she'll do to anyone she thinks is a Sith.
But Kreia and I are linked. If she dies...
Yeah, I know.
Then we're going to Tilos. We have no choice.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
What is wrong? Something troubles you. I can feel it.
Can you?
That is a strange answer. I do not understand.
Visas, why are you following me?
I would die for you. When I tell you my life for yours, it is my choice. And if there is an ending between us, where my sacrifice can save you, it will be because it is my desire, not your will.
But what if the Force is just controlling all this?
I simply do. And sometimes there is no reason that can be given. What did you learn within the Jedi Academy?
That I form connections through the Force, and that is why others follow me to their death. All the deaths I caused on Malachor might cause the death of the Force and everyone around me.
Then that is the danger of their beliefs. They do not understand you, what it means to be human, to lead. The feelings I have for you are because of what I see, what I hear in your voice. All that tells me you are a natural leader. I follow because I believe in you. I would die for you because I believe in you. And where they look at you and see the death of the Force, I look at you and see hope for all life. I look at you and see that perhaps a life untouched by the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go on alone, but I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connection to others. Do not forsake them as you did in exile.
I will, Visas. Was there something more you wish to say?
He awaits you at Tilos. If you go there, you must face him. And when you do, he will wound you, as he has wounded me.
He may wound me, but I will kill him.
I ask you, I beg you, to stay here with me.
I will stay with you for as long as I can.
I want to look upon you, where no one else can see. Where it is just us. I want to see your face, the color of
And suddenly romance out of nowhere.
to see what the handmaiden sees. When she looks at you, that causes her heart to race, and her tone to change. What causes her to forsake her heritage, her oaths, as you made me forsake mine. I need to know if perhaps I am wrong. If the universe is not as my master once showed me.
The universe is not solely as our eyes make it out to be, Visas. You know this.
From the moment I heard your voice across the galaxy, I have longed for you. It is the echo, a wound that travels still, that when heard, made me understand that there was another wounded as I was. One who had felt the same sense of loss. When I heard it, I loved you more than my own life. And I wanted you to be here with me for as long as you will let me love you. Stay. And I want you to see what I see when I gaze upon you. I want you to know why I cannot look at you, and why I am drawn to you.
Then let us look upon each other. Oh, is this the new force power she was going to teach me? Oh, is it finally... Can we finally go and check out the HK factory? After this, perhaps?
Who is there? Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you. It is not the first time we have met, Atris. I was here before.
With the exile?
Yes, I was here both times when the exile was brought before you.
Who are you?
I was the one who asked him to be exiled.
I did as you asked, so long ago. You seem familiar to me.
Atris, I have always been here.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith, but there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you. You have gathered Sith holocrons, Sith teachings from across the galaxy. It is why you have chosen servants who cannot feel the Force. And most importantly, they cannot feel what you have become.
I have sought to preserve the Jedi Order, and I have gathered all that I know of the Sith to this place, so I might find them and stop them.
I had wondered if any of these holocrons had survived Dantooine. You have taken relics from one destroyed planet to the devastation of another.
It was always intended for the Jedi to retreat to Tilos should Dantooine be attacked, taking all their lore with them. We could not allow the tragedy at Ossus to happen again.
Such an act marked Tilos for destruction. It is why the Sith came here, though the fleet commanders did not know why. It is why Revan ordered its destruction to mark the beginning of the Jedi's civil war. It was a message that there would be no place for the Jedi to retreat, to hide. I would not be surprised if Revan left other gifts beneath the surface of the planet. Much can be buried beneath graveyards that will never be found.
When the Sith attacked, I felt Tilos die. Turbo lasers fell like lightning upon the landscape, as they did on Dantooine, and so many died. So many voices, screaming in pain.
Yes, such acts leave their mark on the galaxy. Their cries travel far, though few can hear them.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Alacor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did he betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, he will come. But it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it. Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
Oh, what now?
The last of the handmaidens is before us.
It is good that you have returned. You have much to answer for.
What are you saying? You have betrayed us. You have betrayed Atris.
You are no longer one of us. You followed the Jedi, betrayed your oath.
Listen to me. Atris has been touched by the Sith. It is not too late for... Silence.
It is a crime to kill blood, but not to kill a betrayer as you.
And it is no crime to kill blinded ones such as you.
We shall see. You were always the last of us, and now we shall show you why.
We shall see what the exile has taught. If she kills her sisters, then the dark side will have its claim on her. Yet if she does not, then she will die. Such is sacrifice.
The true test of battle is how much force to bring against opponents. If you wish to kill them, do not hold back. But if you wish to stun them, incapacitate them, then you must choose your attacks carefully, using just the right amount of force, just the right weapon to stop them.
To stop your sisters, you must either kill all of them or in the combat with them all stunned or paralyzed. Yeah, we'll kill them. But that's all the time we have. So, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed another episode of Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I will see you all next time.